welcome everyone to my live. I haven't been on live on YouTube in a while, so I'm just gonna take a few seconds to discuss what's taking place in our realm. How are you feeling out there? How is everything going on in your world? Are you feeling like we're just going through it? um, that things are working out in a different way, though, that things are working out for our good. It's that thing that you can't prove, but it's like a little voice um, within us and be like, oh, it's going to be okay. There's a lot of revelation taking place, a lot of revelation, and I hope that wherever you are today, you're seeing that take place in the form of our governments. Um, and one of the revealing things is that our government, they lied to us, but not lie. Because what I'm seeing happening now, um, like words, if we had taken the time to break down the words that we say on a daily basis, they tell us things without really telling us. They tell us things without really telling us. Like dinosaurs, dinosaurs, dinosaurs and this and that. Sisters. These are things that has to do with stars, sisters, brothers, mothers. We're star beings. We are star beings, but we just see the word and we just say it without really knowing the deeper meaning to these words, you know. And another things that taking place in our airports. People, I flew, I think it was in November, and I'm like, but even before that, there was a creator, and I see a lot of people hopping on his bandwagon now and trying to think that it was their idea. But I forgot. I saved it, but I forgot his name because I want to give him the props. That told us about the truth about airlines. That airlines doesn't really need all that fuel, and comes back to word game again. Portal, Porto, airport, airport, air portal. They go up in the sky and they find a portal. And I don't think it's one definite portal, but I think it's like uh, like the ether that takes the plane wherever it's going. The ether, the plane goes up into the ether and it just takes it. And you know what it makes me think too? All those plane crash all those years. Why? I think flying is the safest thing that we can ever do because it's the divine breath that's moving the plane to and from the different portals. So if they lied to us about airports and portals, when you see the chaos right now taking place at our airport, what are you thinking? Hmm? What are you thinking? Do they want to ground us? Or is there something up there that they don't want us to see? Because as someone said today, the sky can be used for good and bad. And there's not really good and bad. There's just them using them for their divine purpose. Guys, we're divine beings. We shouldn't, we're divine beings. We're not dependent on anyone. No one should feel pity for us because it's not, it's not any reason Why we don't know? It's because we fail to spend time with self and know self and know who we naturally are. That's what's happening to us. So yes, so when the plane goes up, people, and hit that poor that ether, and look, go search the ether. Ether was there from on our oh gosh, what's the table with all the table with periodic table. Ether been there on the periodic table. It's just recently that it was removed. So the things that take place in our realm is just the only goal is for us not to find out how powerful that we are. So back to the airport, the chaos that's going on through our airport. I just get this feeling that they want us to stay in one place. As in 2020, it benefited them somehow for us to stay in one place. And if you understand vibration and frequency, you know that we affect each other. We affect each other. When I think our electromagnetic field is, I think, 36 feet. This is how big we are. Our eyes are showing us this 5'7", 250-pound lady. But actually, if you read the Christ letters, when Christ went into the wilderness, and he was shown who he really was, we are huge beings and we affect each other. So if someone is vibrating at the right frequency and go stand in the airport, and I think the Bible tried to tell us something about this, and go stand in the airport, and someone in the airport not feeling good, all depressed, and no, you can affect other people's mood, and the opposite can be true too. If you're all in your in your bad mood, and then you go somewhere, and then that rubs off on other people. It rubs off on even in your family. So we're at a time where we need to ooh you. Oh, ooh, you. We're at a place where we need to understand who we are and set the tone. Start with our families. Start with our families, especially women. I find myself blaming women for everything because we're such a divine beings. We can tap into the spiritual realm without even knowing, and we need to spend time with ourselves. We're so busy, and I know it's set up like that, doing everything else other than spending time in meditation and tap into our spirituality. We women and take care of our babies and our families. Yeah, the men are that's why they said the men are the providers, the physical providers, the strength to go out and do whatever. But the spiritual leaders are the women. That feminine energy, it's powerful. That's the Holy Spirit. That's Eve, you know. So yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. Why the airport is all jammed, um, and the chaos happening in our airport is to deter us from flying, deter us from flying. There's so many reasons why they want to deter us. As I mentioned, we affecting each other, the energy that's coming through to the realm when we're in the plane. Look up. Another thing, people, look up at the skies. Spend less time in your phones and look at the skies. There's stuff going on in the heavens. There's stuff going on in the heavens, and we need to discern. I can feel it. Sometimes I see faces. Sometimes I see ships. Sometimes I see so many things going on. Earth is moving, and I did a video about the moon. The moon was upside down. It's somewhere here. I just saw it and took a picture. Um, the moon is acting weird. Why? Because I know the moon is not natural to this earth. This moon is not natural to this earth. I don't know if we had a moon. I don't know if we had a moon, but according to Samuel Hoffman, we have two suns. We have two suns. So um, yeah, so the moon is acting weird, and if it's not natural, we got to be careful. Now we're going to reveal all the natural, the energy coming into the realm's going to reveal all the people who are not natural to this realm. And we shouldn't be frightened. We shouldn't be hateful because if you understand who our creator is, you know he didn't make just one being. You know, they try to let us think that we're the only being, to limit us. We can't travel the way we want to to go around the world and see where things are. You know, it came to me the other day. Maybe we can go in inner earth. Maybe there's a way to go in inner earth. I've been seeing some those huge holes. I think they call them chasms, some huge holes in my meditation. When I close my eyes, immediately I'm in this big hole, big, huge hole. And it seems like it's just energy coming from underneath the earth. They try to tell us that underneath the earth is hell, and hell down there, and hell to the bottomless pit, and we associate the under the earth with hell. We have never explored. Even in the Bible, try to tell us about under the earth, you know. And under the earth, the keys of Enoch talk about, that's where our mother is. You know, heaven and earth. The heavens represents our father, the earth represents the mother. The earth is magnetism, the heavens is electricity, and our mother and father rule this realm. So we were taught to just focus on our Father. And I'm telling you, I'm just gonna say this here for the first time. It's more and more. I think Jesus was a woman. I think Jesus is a woman. They flipped everything upside down for us to think, one, that he's a male, and two, that he was more divine than we are. I really think he was a woman. He's born of the Virgin Mary, and we know that there's a process where women can have, back in the day, not now, women were having babies, and normally when they have babies, um, when women give birth by themselves, it's a girl baby, it's a girl. So all these things that we were given, and another thing's revealing to me too, and this Christ story and this physicality of the Bible, it wasn't given to certain people, natural people, on this earth. It was given to a specific race of people, and the natural born people to earth incorporate this religion thing. Our ancestors never um, worship anything other than nature. I don't care where you're from. I don't care. I don't apologize. It's nature. And ever since I came into this waking up, a lot of people, you go to Egypt, the mother net the mother nature, the mother nature is the mother nature, is the mother nature. They give onus to the mother, to the earth, to the wind, to the sun, to the rain. Those are natural things. Now we're giving our energy to celebrities, to governments, to rich people. No, we totally ignored nature. I heard a young lady said today, all they told us to do is to talk about people, watch what other people's wear, get the latest fashion. Yeah, we're here for an experience. Not that that's not important, but the scripture clearly tell us, not man shall not live by bread. We're not only here to do the earthly things, we're here to do spiritual things and come to the understanding of who we are. That's why we're here. So, yeah, so Mother Nature has totally ignored everything. They tell us, oh, the sun helps the fruits, but I'm telling you, I prove that the earth plays such an important role. Everything is positive and negative. During the that weather, I think it was probably 2 or 3 days. So many of my plants just died. I thought they were dead, and I'm wondering if this was a test to show us the power of Mother Nature. And my papaya tree, I thought it was dead, so I went over there to root it out because the top dried up. And I went over there to root it up, and that thing was in the earth. That thing was rooted and grounded in the earth. I couldn't move it, and the entire thing died. So you know what? I just cut off the top that died and left the root there. I thought my banana trees were dead, the top were dead, but the bottom was rooted and grounded. So there's power in this earth. There's power in the earth. And another thing people not talking about is our period, our menstruation. And that's one of the things too why I think Jesus was a woman. The blood prevail, the blood the blood healed, the blood cures. So, which blood heals right now? Huh? Which blood heal? Then our monthly menses. Huh? They poured it back in the earth. Go watch the movie Dinah. And if you meditate, the Spirit will show you. You give everything back that comes out your body back to nature. And they told us, oh, that's waste matter. That's waste matter. Nothing that create in this body, the body is a temple of the Most High God, is waste. What did the angel told Peter? Nothing that I've created is unclean. Nothing that I have created is unclean. Mm? And we totally ignored it. And they give us traditions that tell you how dirty you are when you're menstruating. Those were poor back. Our ancestors pour our menstruation, our urine, and even our feces, gave it back to earth. Gave it back to earth. And when I talk about growing up, I know I had chicken pox, I have mumps and all that. And I remember, I know my kids don't like when I talk about it, but my grandmother would um, use my urine and give me a bath, my own urine, and tell me just sit in the sun until I'm dried, and the next day I'll take a shower. And I'm telling you, those chicken pox will be, by the next day, they're gone. No spots, nothing, nothing. I remember when I was in college and I went back to school, they'd be like, oh, no, you didn't have chicken pox. So I'd be like, yeah, I did when I did have chicken pox. I did go back to, I did have chicken pox. No one would believe me because I didn't have any pimples, no residue from having chicken pox. Now, people, because we're so modernized and we want to use modern medicine, if we're not using modern medicine, we're not. In a class, and we let them demonize our ancestors and tell them, oh, they were primitive and naive. Oh my gosh, you want to see me get into some fight? Call my ancestors primitive. Call my ancestors primitive. We don't even have the juggernaut that our ancestors have. Without men, the world is cooked. Ah, this world will never cook. This world can survive without men and without women. This world, in different dimensions, men and women is in the same body. So the world will never be cooked. Yeah, so try thinking. I don't want we leave this earth thinking that our ancestors were naive and primitive. Yeah, and stop dividing. Yeah, if you're gonna come on my channel, there's no division. You're barking up the wrong tree. Let me see what your name is. The Beast only. You're barking up the wrong tree. You're just regurgitating what you were taught by those who conquer us, because that's the only way they can survive is dividing us. Man, woman, gay, straight, black, white, brown, rich, poor, third world, first world. That's the only way they can feed. That's the only way they can get some food is having us going at each other. So this is not the channel for you. Men and women, male and female, we're divine beings. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, because and male is just a woman without a womb. That's what males are. If you want to really go deep into it. All right, yeah. So just talking about what's going on in our realm, the things that's taking place. Please, I just feel like there's a lot of things going on. Don't get caught in the chaos. Don't get caught. It's like you have to watch the news, but don't watch the news. It's like you have to believe the news, but don't believe the news. And the only way you can discern is understand who you are, that you are a divine being, you are a creator, you are responsible for everything that happens in your life. I was just singing this song, and it's the first time I saw it. Um, at first time, it just before I he came on this live. Tell me, why are we so blind to see that the ones we hurt are you and me? So you're not hurting anybody by talking about them. You're not hurting anyone but yourself by being mean to everybody else. The things you think you're doing to others, you're doing to yourself. And the only way we can navigate this, what's coming, is through the only way we can navigate what's coming is knowing self, knowing the God you are. We reap what we sow. We reap what we sow. And I really think I had a dream last year, and about a flood. The entire earth was flooded. The entire earth was flooded. So when we read in the Bible about Noah and the flood, those things happens all the time, people. What we're going through is a reset. This hurt is probably billions of years old, and we're no different. We're going through a reset. Whatever, anytime the consciousness reach a certain level, they reset and put us back to sleep. So this is it. You at a point. Do you want to go back to sleep? Do you want like this life? Do you want to stay here? And what the story of Noah and his family is showing us that there's during this reset, there's always people that got saved. There's always people that got saved. Remember, they said the Mayans, they just disappear, and no bones, not anything. In the Bible, they tell us that Noah and his family was in an ark, in an ark. So if there's a flood, there's always gonna be, read the Keys of Enoch, ways to get us off this earth. Because in my dream, during the flood, I know something came and got us. And I was just there bawling, bawling, bawling. And whatever I was in, I'm gonna say a ship. I'm going to say a ship, because I think a lot of these clouds we're looking at, they're ships. And Yeah, and I was bawling, and I remember my grandmother who passed away. If you follow my channel, Deep Ministry, I really I made sure I made a video about it, and that was over a year last year. And the only thing I'm telling you, you know who was on that ship? Children. The children was on that ship. But I was just bawling because the loss of life. And I'm getting that feeling right now when I see people distracted by the same old. And I'm like thinking, even though I don't have any proof, and I'm like thinking, oh my God, something's coming, and all people is still talking about politics and celebrities and nice cars and nice houses. So, if you find my life, or I'm going to post it, if you watch it at a later date, please focus on self. This is it. This is the time we're living in. Know thyself. Know Jesus, know God. A lot of people, when know Jesus, know God, the Jesus is within us. Nothing outside of you is going to help you. It's the knowing of self, that even in death, you have to know who you are. You can. They teach us to depend, a spirit of dependency, depending on Jesus, depending on everyone else to save us except ourselves. And we're still connected to the divine source. And if we're connected to the divine source, we have that divine power to help ourselves through our thoughts, through our emotions. We do it on a daily basis without knowing. We do it on a daily basis. So yeah, so that's where we're at now. Remember, please remember that the time right now is to focus on yourself. If you're still talking about politics, if you're still talking about celebrities, it's a chance that possible you like this world, you like where you are. And remember, we get to make our own choices. You like where you are right now, and you're gonna continue to you're gonna continue with this life. Your memory wiped, or you come back um, and do this again until you learn a lesson. And I don't think learn a lesson. I think somehow they make the physical realm somehow like the divine realm, because that's what gets me. That they know what we don't know. What we not that we don't know, that what we have forgotten because we're in this flesh. In our spiritual aspect, we know, but this flesh right here and our programming, we're getting all the things that I'm talking about. It's just remembering. We all know. That's the thing. We know the universe. We know everything. We have knowledge. You think AI is just tapping into the spiritual aspect of us. We have knowledge of everything. But what was I saying? Yeah, yeah, that's what gets me, because the controllers know the universe, they know how it operates, and they're using our power against us. They're using our power against us. So that's what gets me, like, really, really. But I just think our higher selves, there's higher aspects of us that lives on other dimensions. They're talking to us, but we're so caught up in this world and believe in what our eyes see. Remember, our eyes only see less than 1% of what the thing really look like. Can you believe that? Our eyes see less than 1% of what the thing really look like. So I'm looking at clouds over there. It's probably a huge human. Looking at clouds right here, it's probably a ship. Because of the electromagnetic spectrum and the light coming into the realm, we do not, and how much of consciousness we're emitting while we're in this physical body, because everything is consciousness, everything is energy, vibrating at a certain frequency. So people in the higher realms, they're like Jesus and Muhammad and them, Melchizedek or whatever. They're in a higher realm. They vibrate in at a higher frequency. Now I remember what I was talking about. Yeah, I think the schools are set up like how the realms are set up. That you know how you have to grade one, first grade, second grade, third grade, and then you have to, if you do real well, you probably skip a grade. And not that we're not all knowing, but it seems as if even though we're in this realm, and I know there's, the Bible says, in my Father's house are many mansions. I know there are different dimensions, but in this dimension, we can't master this program until we understand who we are. Because even in death, we're gonna get tested. It doesn't end here. If you are a dreamer, if you see your loved ones, my friend who just passed, my good friend on this channel with me, who has transitioned, I should say. Wow, wow, oh wow. It's like I can see someone out there. Can I turn this around? It's like I can see. It's like I can see right here, this cloud right here. I don't know, it just looked like a face looking right at me. Right there. Right there. Okay. Okay. So yeah. So that's where we're at right now. That's where we're at. Yeah, that's where we're at. We're in a time where it feels like, I don't know, what it feels like to you out there, a time of those that are in charge, like they're not really in charge anymore. They're not in charge anymore. I don't know why. Something's coming. Something's coming. I saw the darkness in my meditation one night. I did a video on that. The darkness gonna come. It's just a switch. I know a lot of people think around Easter, but I didn't get a time, and I'm sure if I press, I could get a time. And the darkness is coming. We're gonna have a period of darkness to switch from this old programming to the new programming. And who will survive that time? Who will survive that time? Even in that time, we have to make sure we make the right choices. Just like in COVID, like, oh, we're not going to take that, whatever. I don't want to say anything on here, just so my poor little channel can survive. Yeah, we're in that darkness. Are you gonna are you gonna panic? Are you gonna scream? Are you gonna want the artificial light back on? Are you gonna want the artificial world? We're coming. This 2026 is no joke. 2026 is no joke. All right, my people. All right, my subscribers, my 475 subscribers. I am thankful for your faithfulness. Thank you for those who watch all the time and like my videos and know what's going on. I just like to spend some time and just talk about things taking place in our realm. And I hope this helped, and I hope you can share with me also things, tag me or anything, things that you see in our realms, in our realm. Look at the clouds, look at the sky. Oh yeah, there's the moon. Can I put it up there? See if I can see it. Yeah, yes, the moon is up there. Okay, so that's it, everyone. Be blessed. Take care. Have a wonderful night.